Hmm? Good evening to all the teachers here. Good evening, Barnita ma'am. Arvind sir, shall I start the session?
Yes, sir. Now you can start because this is 4 p.m.
Okay.
Start, sir. Okay. Yes, Pravish, sir. You can start now.
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, good evening, teachers. I am Pravish Prabhakar, your resource person for today's session. The topic on which I am going to do is 21st century skills. So, before we proceed further to the topic, I would like to ask you all a question. What or who is the center of all activities in a society, a nation, and the world? So, teachers, you can share your answer in the chat box. Yes, Mosmi ma'am has shared her answer. Students, no Mosmi ma'am, it is not the right answer. Anybody else? Okay, then let me give you the answer. It is an individual. It is so because all actions are taken by an individual for another or for self. This means that an individual is the nucleus of everything that happens or is done, and therefore the development of a society, a nation, and the world go hand in hand with the development of an individual. When a society, nation, world develops, this has a direct impact upon the development of an individual. With the onset of the 21st century, the entire world has witnessed an era of intense transformation of all areas, whether it is education, global trade and economy, technology, or society. Recently, the COVID-19 pandemic is also throwing challenges for an individual to cope with its impacts. Naturally, for such time, a different skill set is required that would enable an individual to cope up and succeed in facing the challenges in real life, leading to holistic progress. Before proceeding, there is a question: what does skill mean? So, teachers, if you have any idea of that, you can share that your idea in the chat box. Okay, then I will show you the answer on the screen. The Oxford Dictionary defines skill as a particular ability, means work that is done perfectly. Means if you are practicing or on any work, with it will give you the perfection in that work. Means daily training. Example, for example, if a jewelry maker is making a jewelry beautifully, that skill has been developed in that jewelry maker with regular practice and training. So that is known as skill. Now, what is 21st century skills? The term 21st century skills refers to a broad set of knowledge skills, work habits, and character traits that are believed by educators, school reformers, college professors, employers, and others to be critically important to success in today's world. Means 21st century skills refer to the skills that are required to enable an individual to face the challenge of the 21st century world that is globally active, digitally transforming, collaboratively moving forward, creatively progressing, seeking competent human resource, and quick in adopting changes. Now the question comes, what is the notion of 21st century skills? If you have any idea, you can share that in the chat box. Yes, teachers, any idea? Okay, let me explain then. According to Glossary of Education Reform, the term refers to a broad set of knowledge, skills, work habits, and character traits that are believed by educators, school reformers, college professors, employees, and others to be critically important to success in today's world, particularly in collegiate programs and contemporary careers and workplaces. 21st century skills are the key abilities that today's students need to success to their career during the information age. Now the question arises, what is the information age? So any idea? Teachers, any clue? What is the information age? Yes, I'm waiting for the answer, teachers. Okay, so let me explain this also. Information age is also known as computer age, digital age, new media age, or we can say it as age of internets. It is an era in which the retrieval, management, and transmission of information, especially by using computer technology, is a principal activity. It is characterized by the rapid shift from traditional industry, that is, industrial revolution, to an economy based information technology that shapes a knowledge based society surrounded by a high tech global economy. Now, what is included in 21st century skills? So, as you can see, there are 12 skills that are included in 21st century skills, that is critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication, information literacy, media literacy, technology literacy, flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, and social skills. Now, these 12 skills are categorized into three categories. The first one is learning skills, the second category is literacy skills, and the third category is life skills. Now, the first category, that is learning skills, are also known as the four C's. They are critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. And these are by far the most popular 21st century skills. Now we will be knowing the importance of these skills. So the first one is critical thinking. Why is it important? Before I proceed, I would like to define critical thinking. The objective analysis and education of an issue in order to form a judgment, means assessing and analyzing information, and finding solutions to problems. This comes under critical thinking. So, importance of critical thinking. Students need the ability to think analytically, which includes proficiency with comparing, contrasting, evaluating, synthesizing, and applying without instruction or supervision. Analytical thinkers see data and information in many different dimensions and from multiple angles. They are adept at conceptualization, organization, and classification and knowledge synthesis. It empowers students to make effective and level headed decisions. It's easy to see why critical and analytical thinking skills are important to success beyond school. Now, on this, there is a beautiful quote by Henry David Thoreau. If there was one life skill everyone on the planet needed, it was the ability to think with critical objectivity. Now comes about creativity. Why is it important? Before proceeding to creativity, I would like to define creativity and then I will be telling you the importance of creativity. The use of imagination or original ideas to create something, inventiveness, means thinking outside the box. So, now the importance. Creativity is equally important as a means of adaptation. This skill empowers students to see concepts to a different light, which leads to innovation. Students need to be able to think and work creatively in both digital and non-digital environments to develop unique and useful solutions. People who have learned to ask great questions and have learned to be acquisite are the ones who move the fastest in our environment because they solve the biggest problems in ways that have the most impact on innovation. These are the words said by Mike Summers, the Vice President of Global Talent Management. Now, on this also, there is a beautiful quote by Albert Einstein. Creativity is contagious, pass it on. Now comes collaboration and what is its importance. But before that, we will know about what is collaboration. The action of working with someone to produce something means working with others. Now the importance of collaboration, getting students to work together, achieve compromises and get the best possible results from solving a problem. All participants have to be willing to sacrifice parts of their own ideas and adopt others to get results for the team. That means understanding the idea of a greater good. Connection and collaboration with others are essential not only to their learning but their mental and emotional health. And on collaboration, also, there is a beautiful quote by Steve Jobs. Great things in business are never done by one person, they are done by a team of people. Now comes communication and what is its importance. But before that, what is communication? The imparting or exchanging of information by speaking, writing, using some other medium means conveying ideas. So the importance of this skill is students must be able to communicate in multiple multimedia formats through video and imagery as effectively as they do with text and speech. Encouraging students to develop and refine their communication skills will serve them well in both their personal and professional lives. It's crucial for students to learn how to effectively convey ideas because effective communication eliminates confusion. And on this also there is a beautiful quote by Paul J. Mayer. Communication, the human connection, is the key to personal and career success. Now comes the second category, that is literacy skills, which is also known as IMT skills, where I stands for information literacy, M stands for media literacy, and T stands for technology literacy. Now, information literacy skill, why is it important? But before proceeding, what is information? What is literacy? We should know about all these two. So, information means facts provided or learned about something. Literacy means the ability to read and write, competence or knowledge specified area. Information literacy together means understanding facts, figures, statistics, and data. So now, why is it important? Information literacy is the foundational skill. It helps students understand facts, especially data points that they will encounter online. It teaches them how to separate fact from fiction. In the age of chronic misinformation, finding truth online has become a job all on its own. It's crucial that students can identify honesty on their own. Otherwise, they can fall prey to myths, misconceptions, and outright lies. Now comes the second one, that is media literacy skill. Why is it important? But before proceeding, what is media and literacy? So media is the main means of mass communication. Media literacy, the ability to access, analyze, evaluate, create, and act using all of communication. So, importance of media literacy skill. Media literacy is the practice of identifying publishing methods, outlets, and sources while distinguishing between the ones that are credible and the ones that aren't. It is understanding the methods and outlets in which information is published. Just like the previous skill, media literacy is helpful for students to find trustworthy sources of information. With it, they can learn which media outlets or formats to ignore or which ones to embrace. Now comes technology literacy skills. So, here also what is technology? Technology means the machinery and equipment developed from the application scientific knowledge. Technology literacy means is the ability to use, manage and understand and access technology. Now, what is the importance of this skill? It is understanding the machines that make the information age possible. Technology literacy teaches students about the machines involved in the information age, as computers, cloud programming, and mobile devices become more important to the world. The world needs more people to understand those concepts. It gives students the basic information they need to understand what gadgets perform, what tasks, and why. As a result, students can adapt to the world more effectively and can perform important role in its evolution. And on this, there is a beautiful quote by Abraham Lincoln. Don't believe everything you read on the internet just because there is a picture with a quote next to it. Now comes the third category, that is life skills, also known as flips, where F stands for flexibility, L stands for leadership, I stands for initiative, P stands for productivity, S stands for social skills. So now what is flexibility? So flexibility is the willingness to change or compromise. Now, what is leadership? So the action of leading a group of people or an organization is known as leadership, means the person who is leading the group or the organization. Now comes what is initiative? The power or opportunity to act or take charge before others do. And about productivity, it is the effectiveness of productive effort, especially in industry, as measured in terms of the rate of output per unit of input. It is known as productivity. Now, social skills. The skills required for successful social interactions is termed as social skills. Now, flexibility. And what is now its importance? Flexibility is the expression of someone's ability to adapt to changing circumstances, knowing when to change, and how to react to change is a crucial skill to a student's long-term success. And on this also there is a beautiful quote by Albert Einstein. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Now comes leadership. What is its importance? So, leadership is someone's penchant of setting goals, walking a team through the steps required, and achieving those goals collaboratively. It gives ambitious students the expertise they need to grow professionally and lead whole corporations. Leadership alone isn't enough to get ahead through. And on leadership, also there is a beautiful quote by Martin Luther King Jr. A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus. Now comes initiative. What is its importance? True success also requires initiative, requiring students to be self starters. This is one of the hardest skills to learn and practice. Initiative often means working on projects outside of regular working hours. It is an attribute that earns rewards. It's especially indicative of someone's character in terms of work ethic and professional progress. That goes double when initiative is practiced with qualities like flexibility and leadership. And on initiative, there is a beautiful quote by Victor Hugo. Initiative is doing the right thing without being told. Now comes productivity. What is its importance? Productivity is a student's ability to complete work in an appropriate amount of time. In business terms, it is called efficiency. The common goal of any professional is to get more done in less time. That equips them with the practical means to carry out the ideas they determine through flexibility, leadership, and initiative. By understanding productivity strategies at every level, students discover the ways in which they work best while gaining an appreciation for how others work as well. Now comes social skills. What is its importance? So, it is the students to act and communicate with others in a meaningful way. Means, a students need to deal with anger and frustration. He should ask questions appropriately, and he should join a group activity. He should also need to make friends, and also he should cooperate with others. So that is why social skill is important. Now, why teach 21st century skills? So there is a broad agreement that today's students need different skills than were perhaps taught to previous generations. With 21st century skills, your students will have the adaptive qualities they need to keep up with 21st century economy and society. Students need to be taught how to process, pass, and use information. Just teaching students ideas and facts without teaching them how to use them in real life settings is no longer enough. Schools need to adapt and develop new ways of teaching and learning that reflect a changing world. The purpose of school should be to prepare students for success after graduation. Each skill is unique in how it helps students, but they all have one key focus: someone's ability to enact or adapt to change. So here on this screen I have shared the 21st century skills. The skills students learn should reflect the specific demands that will be placed upon them in 21st century economy and society. So they are as under, they should be complex with higher level capabilities, with newer features, modern workplaces, lower prices, technology driven. It should be knowledge based. Means information and knowledge are increasing at such an astronomical rate that no one can learn everything about every subject. Information age, a worldwide market that moves faster by the day, and the only consistency from year to year is change, constantly evolving. What may appear true today could be proven to be false tomorrow, and the jobs that students will get after they graduate may not yet exist. So, there are some tips for teachers for 21st century life skills. Do not teach in an isolated or haphazard manner. Means Skills are not taught in an isolated or haphazard manner, but instead are incorporated into content in meaningful ways that allow students to build upon their skill development. Explain each skill. Let students discuss. It is important that we explain each skill and perhaps let students discuss with their peers what it will look like and sound like when the skill is being practiced or learned. Third one, skill development happens over time. Because skill development happens over time, it is an ongoing process. Whenever students are working on skill development, we need to be explicit about which skill or skills are being addressed, allowing students to reflect their progress in writing or through conversation means knowing how and whether students are improving their skills requires continuous monitoring, providing groups and individuals feedback, and allowing students to reflect on their progress in writing or through conversations. And the last one is update strategies. We have to constantly be on the lookout for ways to update strategies already in our collection and for additional strategies to use that allow students to practice and demonstrate 21st century skills. And at last, I would like to end up this session with a beautiful quote by Brian Hubbard. The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. The willingness to learn is a choice. Thank you, teachers, for giving your precious time.
Okay, sir. It was a nice session, but short according to CBSE guidelines.
Thank you.